I will trap Santa in my box, locked up like Fort Knox, and make him suck my cock.
Is on the phone, let the yelling begin. She's probably angry that I didn't check in.
What's up, guys? Yall videos here. I don't know what that was about, but would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Walker Videos. My name is Jacob. So, I'm his best friend, whether he wants to know that or not. Yeah. That's pretty much, you know. Yeah, he's my best friend, dude. Even his ringtone on here, my best friend.
Alright. So I guess we're gonna do a story time between me and him.
Let's do it. What story are we doing?
I reckon we should do this story time about how we were being hunted in the woods.
Oh Lord, what, the mountain lion?
There was two separate times. There was a mountain lion that was stalking us, and there was a whole group of fucking men chasing us through the woods.
Great times.
So I'll start this off as, I will leave his channel description. I don't know how to do links.
In the description.
Yeah, you got that.
Been doing this a lot longer than him.
Yeah. Make sure to go check out his videos, especially his old ones.
No, not especially my old ones.
Oh, you'll get a kick out of them.
Maybe. I was a little squeaker man.
You still are a fucking squeaker.
No, I ain't. Okay, yeah.
So, I'll start this story time off. We'll do, which one you want to do first? Mountain lion or the...
Mountain lion, save the best for last. Let's do the mountain lion right now.
Alright. So, we have a fort that we were building in the woods one evening. This was, what, 5 months ago?
Yeah. Wait, when did we start? We started in 2019, my freshman year.
Yeah.
And it was close. It was summertime still, so it was like start of school.
Yeah, okay, so this was like last year, like 2019.
Yeah.
And I don't know, fucking 9 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
But so we were starting our fort. We were out there chopping down trees, getting hedges, sticks, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And where we were doing this, there was a lot of animal activity in the area at the time because it was summer. There was deer.
It was getting dusk, so.
Yeah. Which is around the time mountain lions like to come out and meow your ass.
Just woo!
And, well, we were starting our fort, we were getting everything set up, and where we were doing it was about dead center of the woods. And it was like this big old worn out creek where you know how water like makes stuff go down slowly and surely? It was like what is it, about 6 foot across?
It's about 8 foot across, 8 foot deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big trench.
It's huge too. I can stand in it. It's about over my head.
Yeah.
And we were out there working, doing our thing, hanging out, talking, dipping, redneck shit.
The normal.
The normal. And so it's about 7 o'clock at this time. It's getting dusk because it gets dark around 8:30. So it was already dusk at the time. And well, we start noticing stuff, like, we're walking around the woods, like, looking for good trees to get down, and there was a lot of feces from a cat, a big cat, and we were looking at trees, there was claw marks all over them. We were like, this could either be a bear or a mountain lion, but I see cat poop, and I'm like, there's a mountain lion here.
Yeah.
And he's actually been in more encounters with that kind of shit than I have. And he can tell me, but he told me just about everything I needed to know at that point. And I was like, oh shit, we're probably being stalked right now. And I started looking around, and we sat there quiet for a second, and we heard some sticks start to crack. Yeah. And I looked behind us, and I swore, you've seen this too, I believe, saw something run as fast as it could across that line of trees.
It was like a beige streak, because they're like tan. Mountain lions are tan, so... It was a beige streak that went across. When they go across that way, right, from what I've experienced, when I used to go hunting a lot up on a ridge, and that's usually where they like to hang out, where the place I used to live at. I used to live in a valley, and they like to hang out on the high perches to, stalk their prey out. So when they run one way, from what I've experienced, so I was squirrel hunting, and I seen it run one way, but then it double tracks back. So I remember I told him, me and him has to run the way it ran, because they'll come back to stalk us around the other way, because they like to flank you, catch you off guard. So we did that, and surely enough, we looked back, and it's, chilling there where we was. So we just ran through the cornfield. We got to the house. It was like dark by then, and so we was lucky to get out of there alive, because they're scary.
I don't know if you saw this, but when we were running through the cornfield at the time, I looked back and I saw the cat sitting there at the edge of the woods looking at us.
Yeah, I didn't look back. I was just running.
I looked back because I was curious as shit. And the thing is, you know how much we messed up by just turning away from it and running?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when they would usually strike you.
Yeah.
But the reason it was down there, I don't live in the valley. I live in a little neighborhood full of crackheads.
On the top of a hill.
Yeah, but thing is, they don't usually come around, but usually at that time of year, there was a lot of deer there.
Yeah.
Mostly does. Maybe a buck or two every once in a while. But you could find deer tracks everywhere during the summer back there.
Yeah.
I guess it was thinking I was a doe. And he's a big old buck. Alright, you start off this next one.
Okay, so this story is when there was people, and they didn't like us. Did you ever figure out who it was?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so anyway, there was this group of grown men actually trying to get us. So, we were up in the woods at the same place. We was building on our fort and stuff, and we heard, people talking. And there's a ridge up there, but it also has a house. So we was thinking it might have been the people up there at the house. But we had this little pellet gun, but it looked like a real gun,
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, we was, chilling, building onto the fort, and we kept hearing the voices get closer, and then they stopped talking, and all we would hear is be walking around us. So basically, we went and scouted out the area. He kept an axe with you.
I believe it was this knife right here.
And that might have been the knife it was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I always kept that on my side when we go out in the woods.
He kept this knife with him, and he got it out. And anyway, we were, just searching the area. And surely enough, I seen the back of a head. And I told Dawson to retrace his steps back to the fort we were building, so we just explained what we seen. Did you see anything? Because I seen the back of a dude's head, and he was running. But it was like probably, I don't know, because there's this big clearing back there once you go far enough back,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see for a long time. It might be a quarter of a mile, maybe?
Yeah, about a quarter mile.
About a quarter of a mile, I seen somebody's head go, woo! I seen the back of their head, and then they went into the other tree line that was there. And it's a lot of pines, so you can't really see that great.
It's pines and cedars, which is very good concealance.
Yeah.
But when on my side personally, when I was walking around, I looked up on that. There's a big ass hill. You go up in that little trench area let's see.
Are you talking about over there where we hid from Jack and your brother?
Yeah, it was the thing. Motherfucker, I can't talk. But the trench went west to east, correct?
Yeah. Because the sun rises in the east, right?
North is that way, because that's the way to Kentucky.
So the trench is like this, right?
South.
It goes like this. Sun rises up here, so this is the east, and it rests in the west, right? And so that would be south is this way.
So basically, if you looked up west of the thing, there was this big ass hill. It sat like that.
Yeah.
The hill was that.
It was a big hill. I mean, you had to grab a hold of trees to climb up the hill.
But I looked up there and I saw the back of a dude, and he was wearing a bright blue shirt running up that hill. And after I saw that, it got a little bit worse at that point because we were being closed in on by, what was it, 4 or 5 men there?
Yeah, there was more as we went along. But what really scared them off a little bit was that pistol.
Because we started waving it around, and it's full metal, blowback, and everything. And I guess they... Finish the story, I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright. So anyway, we were, we were back at the fort, right? We got back to the fort because I called out for him. I said, hey, regroup at the fort, So just the normal precaution to see what's going on. So we assess the situation. So then that's when I pull the pistol out of the holster and I start moving into the woods after them. Because I don't like it when people watch me and try to close in on me. So it's pretty much just a self-defense tactic that I had. Hit them before they hit me, But after we started doing that, they kind of backed off a little bit. But towards the end, when we kind of let our guard down, we was... See, Dawson had probably seen some other stuff too, but I was at the fort just trying to finish what we was doing because we was making a bridge. And, see, in the first story with the mountain lion, we had just built the teepee type deal, right, in the trench. So we dug out holes, posted trees in the ground, and we hung them on a grapevine. It's probably 10 years old. It's like that big round, biggin'. And we hang it on there, tie it up, and that was the first story. So the second story, which I'm telling you now, we were building a bridge so we could walk across the the trench. So this, trench is about 8 foot wide across. So we were building that. So I continued building the bridge, and anyway, he's back, so I'll let you tell him if he experienced any other sights whenever we started using the pistol.
So, where'd you leave off on?
I left off on telling him about I kept building the bridge and you went to scout out.
Alright. So, when he was building the bridge, I was out. I was probably about 100. I went in 100-foot radius of the fort we were building. So, since the cornfield was like right maybe 50 foot away, and the rest of the woods went out a long time, I went 100-foot radius around right here, about maybe a semicircle kind of like thing. And every time I'd circle back around, I circled around about what, 5-6 times?
Yeah, about 5-6 times I'd see you go in the same area because of the clearing right through the trench.
I would be walking and I would see new footprints every time I went through the place again. So I knew there was people there. There was no denying it. There was people there. And they were probably about as big as my boot print. Nah, about his, because he has bigger feet than me. And what? And there was decent sized boot prints everywhere. Boot prints that I found, I remember a Nike label in the mud. So there was a bunch of boot prints and a Nike label sitting in the mud. Because it rained like a day or so beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, they just kind of went away because I stopped seeing new footprints everywhere. Stopped seeing signs of them.
And then that's when we dropped our guard down and went back to building on the fort. Well, that was kind of a mess up there. We should have just went home. But we did get into close contact with somebody. It was probably, about 20 foot away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was screaming, yelling at them. I said, "Come here, motherfucker." I was ready to whoop some ass that day. But he's over here like, I don't know about this. I feel like there's more people here, because he's seen multiple footprints with different tracks on them. So, I'm trying to get this dude to come over here, and I don't know what it was that Dawson told me. He said, what was it? They're coming or something like that.
Because I heard a bunch of people running through the woods.
Yeah. And see, me and him were probably about 40 foot away from each other. And see, I couldn't have took all of them on at one time. They were probably full-grown men due to their footprints. Their feet were probably about that big, about full-grown men, So, I don't think that it would do good for me. So, anyway, when he said that, I pulled out the pistol and I started working my way back to him. And then, apparently, he seen something I didn't because my back was turned. And so I was kind of looking around like this, looking over my shoulder occasionally. What was it that you seen when I wasn't looking?
When I was over by the tree line?
Yeah.
When I was over by the... Oh, God, my blood's going cold again.
Yeah.
Every time I think about the situation, like, every time... Oh, fuck.
Because we would have been jumped if we would have stayed there any longer.
But when Jacob was coming back with the gun from the guy that he had conflict with, by the time Jacob was backing up, the guy already ran away.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stand at the tree line, I saw about 4 figures running at me. Full speed. And when I told Jacob we need to go now, I don't think I've ever ran that fast away and out of the woods faster. I made it through faster than him. He's about, 5 inches taller than me?
Yeah, quite a bit.
And after that, he's like, damn, you can run. He was like, how the fuck did you get out there so fast? Because I've been doing this shit since I was in 6th grade. And,
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was an experience.
But, I mean, I'm a decent-sized person, but I couldn't have took on them.
Yeah.
There ain't no way. Because I seen maybe 2 figures, and they didn't look too small, neither.
None of them were small. They're full-grown fucking men.
Yeah.
Another thing that contributes to that, a few years beforehand, I don't know if this has anything to do with it. It may or may not. But I was going through a field I found out there, and I found a old moonshine still.
That might be related because people don't want you getting close to it.
That's the first time I've ever had problems with people in there. Besides the time I shot somebody in there.
You shot somebody?
Not with a real gun, but somebody was in that neighborhood next to it. The other one besides mine.
I mean, if you light them up with CO2, dude, they'll leave you alone.
I lit his ass up too. He started running at me from his backyard, and he started screaming at me.
And you just da 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 da.
I lit his ass up.
Hit him right square in the forehead with one of them.
I don't know. I shot and ran, and I was by myself at the time too, so I had no backup.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. Them woods have some history with me and him, and just with him before I even knew him.
I could tell you 100 stories about that place.
Yeah. But guys, that pretty much wraps it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary. Both of those instances were pretty interesting and scary. But other than that, if it was just one dude, me and Dawson would have found him and kicked the shit out of him.
No, yeah, it would end the story. Kick the shit out of him.
We would have kicked the shit out of him. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. But there was way too many people to just go from one to the other
and not
get jumped.
There was no getting jumped about it. They would have killed us.
Yeah, more than likely.
And they would have got away with it too.
Yeah, because nobody looks back there.
No. Besides somebody doing moonshine or something back there, there ain't really nothing else.
Yeah, and if they see it, they're just like, well, I can't report that because they'll be close to my steel here.
Mm-hmm.
But that pretty much sums it up. That's our experiences with it.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed kind of a longer video like this.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoyed Jacob over here. And if you guys would like me to do more videos with him, leave it in the comments. If I can figure out how to turn the fuck on. Dude, seriously, I've been trying to turn those sons of bitches on for the past
comments?
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
Okay, do you have them turned off?
I never turned them off.
Well,
we'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out, guys. Don't you worry. Okay.
But, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Jacob, anything else you want to say?
All I gotta say is that if he's willing to, my channel link will be in the description.
Oh yeah, I'm willing to. I'll put both of our channels in the description.
I'm more kid friendly on my, all-own channel, but we have a channel together, Prodigies of the South. That'll be in the description below.
Yep. We just made a video for that, so that all these videos should be up by tonight near. Hold on.
It's
4:36. These videos should be up by 6 or 7 o'clock. So
a lot of editing to do.
Seriously, because we just filmed We still gotta finish the video for your
We
channel.
we just filmed like 30 minutes of
Yeah, this is the longest video I've ever
this
made.
is the 20. This is about 20, almost 20 minutes now.
Like 10 seconds away.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, this is his channel. You do the outro.
Well, guys, I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you wanna. I don't fucking care. I hope you got a laugh out of this. Link in the description. We'll link our Together channel in the description. I hope you fucking have a nice day.
Eat your vegetables!
I don't want vegetables. Fuck vegetables. I want McDonald's. Eat your fucking vegetables before I smoke the fuck out of you,